Have you ever had a bad day with your mental health and then found it so easy just to grab the convenience foods or order a takeout? You and me both. But today I'm going to be discussing the impact diet can have on your mental health. So let's go ahead and get started.
And trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it.
So I'm going to start off with the very obvious impact that it can have on your mental health. So things like bloating. I find that personally, when I have fast food or things like McDonald's or Burger King, when I have any sort of thing like that, I get so bloated, and then it actually impacts the way I even look at myself, and it impacts the way I see myself and just my self-image, my self-worth, my confidence. It affects all that sort of stuff. And that's the kind of what I think is the most obvious thing that it impacts. But this video does actually go deeper into the actual science behind what is in certain foods and what foods are good to eat in order to help reduce your symptoms of depression and anxiety, and even like things like just mental health in general, like things you can eat basically to help yourself. Let's start by talking about nutrients. So omega-3 fatty acids that are found in fish, flax seeds and walnuts can help with brain health. This can ultimately help to reduce anxiety and depression. So I myself am not a huge fish lover. I don't really like fish. I don't mind salmon. I don't mind like fish fingers and cod and that sort of way, right? But I'm not a huge, and tuna. Tuna's quite nice. I do like a tuna pasta bake or something like that. Those sorts of foods, like fish is not my favourite in terms of like that sort of like thing. But remember, if fish is not something that you like, whether it's a taste or a texture, remember you can get it from supplements. So you can get omega-3 supplements. Try that if you're really looking for a supplement that is like useful. The next thing I'll be talking about is vitamins and minerals. So vitamins and minerals, B6 and B12 are actually really good for energy. So tiredness and fatigue. If you are someone who struggles with tiredness, fatigue, energy levels, try taking either vitamin B complex or try taking just like a vitamin B6 and a vitamin B12. Those two are really important. I've noticed since I've started taking my vitamin B that actually my energy levels are really starting to improve, and I'm starting to get a lot more done throughout the day. So I'm actually quite impressed, to be fair. I didn't think that eating more or having more of that was going to impact my energy levels and my like ability to do the things throughout the day, but it actually has. But if you want to eat this, then it is found in things like leafy green veg, beans and eggs. And it can improve not just your energy, but also your mood. So next thing we'll talk about is probiotics. So probiotics are really good to help your gut health. So this doesn't just help with the physical health symptoms like constipation and like helping with like the absorption of materials and when I say materials, I mean like nutrients and minerals. It doesn't just help with that. It helps with just boosting your mood as well from a mental health standpoint. So this probiotics is mostly found in things like yogurts, but you can also get them in products such as Actimel and those kind of gut boosting drinks you can get. So on the opposite end of the scale, I want to talk about the negatives that processed food can actually have on your body, and not just the obvious like the bloating and the gut problems and stuff like that. So processed food can actually cause spikes and crashes in your blood sugar. So if you're finding yourself not feeling full, which is one of the big things, but if you're also finding yourself feeling tired towards the end of the day or having a crash, like after you've eaten the meal, like half an hour to an hour after you've eaten the meal, it might be because your food is highly processed and you actually need to try and eat something that is more nutritionally balanced. For me, I am starting to really love pasta again. I know that's processed, but what I'm putting with the pasta is actually what is the most important thing. So what I've been doing is I got a massive cauldron type pot, and I'm talking like, it wasn't the biggest, but it was the second biggest, I think, from Asda. I went into Asda's and I got a massive like cooking pot, just simply because like, I think it's mainly called a soup pot, I think. But I put it in there because I want to cook like a massive lot of pasta, and I want to be able to freeze things for when I'm at work and I'm not wanting to like cook something proper like on the weekends, or I want to just relax and not really do a lot on the weekends, or even in the evenings when I'm feeling hungry, because I get free lunch at work. But even if I'm feeling hungry in the evenings, I'm usually grabbing like bread and butter, like, you know, and this hasn't really got a lot of good things in it. What I'm saying is I'm putting things like all the different veggies, like literally, even if it's frozen veg, I'm literally putting peas, sweet corn, baby corn. I'm putting so many different things with it. I'm putting courgettes and carrots and like all these different things with it, just to help be able to make it a bit more nutritionally balanced. If you have got any sort of recommendations for what can go with pasta, because I'm just putting like a tomato sauce with it and like, you know, obviously I'm putting the veg in, but I want to have like a nice balanced meal without it being just basic tomato and veg. I might try something that's got chicken in it because chicken can really help, and I think that'd be really good to have a chicken, but I'm not entirely sure what base to have it in, like what sauce to have it in. But I think I might do like a creamy chicken one next. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so what I was going on and saying is it can cause spikes and dips in your blood sugar, which ultimately can cause your mood to go up and down. So that's kind of how it links back to mental health, is let's try and eat like I'm not saying never eat processed food, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, try and limit it. Like, I'm really trying now to limit my processed food, and I'm noticing behaviours and patterns, like, when I'm at work. So this whole week, right? So the week I'm filming, I am off for the whole week because it is a school half term in England. And I know that, like, America and probably some other places don't have, like, half terms. But in England, we have, like, half terms where they're halfway through a term or a semester, and we usually get about a week off, sometimes a little bit more than a week. And this whole week I'm using the time to film so much, because I need to be able to keep up to my posting schedule, because I have not been. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm going on to say. I'm not going to continue with that though, because that's not what this video is about, and I'm sorry for the tangent. To end this video here, a balanced diet is essential for healthy bodies in general, but it does have an impact on your mental health. And having a healthy, balanced diet can really help to relieve some of the symptoms that otherwise you may think, well, I don't know what's causing my symptoms to be worse. And it might be something as simple as your diet, the food. It could be even something that's down to sleep, and I will be making a video about how sleep impacts your mental health a bit later. But food can impact your mental health. When you think about it, if you add fuel to the fire, it's going to really burn, isn't it? But if you add the wrong type of fuel, or if you put a car that's a diesel car and you put petrol in it, it's going to stop. It's kind of like that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you add the right fuel to your body, you can really thrive and survive and really help and aid your mental health. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed everything that I've said today, and I hope that it's been some useful information. I obviously had to do this research and everything, and even I was thinking, I'm getting called out here by the amount of things that I should and shouldn't be eating, and these things I've said today are only just the tip of the iceberg. So if you would like me to go into like meal ideas and stuff like that, and do like a proper like cook with me or something like that whilst talking about things, then let me know, because I would actually love to do something like that. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget that I believe in you even if nobody else does. And I shall see you in my next one. Bye.
Just like you're young again, no, don't you cry. Just get back up again.